B-roll, person, looking shocked at their credit card bill on laptop screen. What if I told you that adding just 2 words to your AI prompts could slash your API costs by up to 40%? And what if I also told you that the obvious way most people try to save money on AI actually doesn't work at all? B-roll, split screen showing two AI chat interfaces with different responses. Welcome back to the channel. I'm diving deep into some fascinating research that tested whether telling AI models to be concise actually saves you real money. We're talking about a comprehensive study across 9 different language models that reveals some surprising truths about AI cost optimization. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to cut your AI bills without sacrificing quality. And more importantly, which common mistake to avoid that could actually hurt your performance. B-roll, animated diagram showing tokens flowing through an AI model. Let's start with the basics. When you use any AI API, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude, or any other model, you're charged per token. Think of tokens as small chunks of text, roughly 3 to 4 characters each. So a 100-word response might cost you around 75 to 100 tokens. But here's the crucial part most people miss. Input and output tokens are priced differently. B-roll, pricing table showing OpenAI's token costs. Take GPT-4 for example. Input tokens cost 3 cents per thousand, but output tokens cost 6 cents per thousand. That's double. Some models charge up to 4 times more for outputs. This pricing structure is about to become very important for understanding our research findings. B-roll, researcher at computer with multiple terminal windows. Open. So here's what the researchers did. They took 9 popular language models and ran identical tasks with 2 different approaches. First, they tested output compression, adding phrases like be concise, keep it brief, or respond in 50 words or less to their prompts. Second, they tested input compression, shortening their original prompts to use fewer tokens going in. The results? Absolutely fascinating and completely counterintuitive to what most people assume. B-roll, animated chart showing token reduction percentages. Output compression was a massive success. When researchers asked models to be concise, they saw token reductions ranging from 20% all the way up to 60%, depending on the model and the specific task. But here's the kicker. The quality barely dropped. Using standard accuracy metrics, the concise responses maintained nearly identical performance to their verbose counterparts. Think about the math here. If output tokens cost twice as much as input tokens and you're cutting output by 30%, you're looking at significant savings. For someone spending $500 a month on AI APIs, that could mean $150 back in their pocket every single month. B-roll, side-by-side comparison of verbose versus concise AI responses. But wait, it gets better. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Instead of asking, explain how photosynthesis works, you might ask, explain how photosynthesis works. Be concise and focus on the key steps. The second version might generate a response that's 40% shorter but covers all the essential information. The researchers tested different conciseness instructions too. Simple phrases like be brief worked well, but more specific instructions like respond in under 100 words or give me just the key points often performed even better. It's like having a volume knob for your AI responses. B-roll, graph showing failed cost savings from input compression. Now here's where it gets really interesting and where most people's intuition completely fails them. Input compression, which seems like the obvious way to save money, barely moved the needle. When researchers shortened their prompts, they saw minimal cost savings and often worse performance. Why doesn't input compression work? Well, first, input tokens are already cheaper, So you're optimizing the smaller part of your bill. It's like trying to save money on groceries by buying cheaper napkins while still getting the premium steaks. Second, and more importantly, shorter prompts often lack the context and specificity that help AI models give you better responses. B-roll, animation showing AI model thinking with insufficient context. Think about it this way. If you ask an AI, write marketing copy versus write marketing copy for a B2B software company targeting CTOs, emphasizing security and ROI in a professional but conversational tone, which prompt do you think will give you more useful results? The longer prompt costs more in input tokens, but it's likely to save you money overall because you won't need multiple rounds of refinement. B-roll, screenshots of different AI model interfaces. The study also revealed that different models respond to conciseness instructions differently. Some models, particularly the newer ones, seem almost eager to be brief when asked. Others require more specific instructions to achieve meaningful compression. This suggests that as AI models evolve, they're getting better at adapting their output length to user preferences. B-roll, calculator, showing monthly savings calculations. Let's talk real numbers. Say you're running a customer service chatbot that handles 10,000 queries per month. Each response averages 150 output tokens at current pricing. If you implement conciseness prompting and reduce output by 30%, you're looking at savings of around $270 per month just from that one application. Scale that across multiple use cases, and we're talking about serious money. But there's a strategic element here too. Not every situation calls for concise responses. If you're generating creative content, educational materials, or detailed explanations, verbose might be worth the extra cost. The key is being intentional about when you optimize for brevity versus when you optimize for comprehensive responses. B-roll, person reviewing AI responses on screen with approval. One concern people always raise is quality. Does shorter mean worse? The research suggests not necessarily. In many cases, concise responses were actually preferred by human evaluators. They got to the point faster, eliminated fluff, and delivered information more efficiently. It turns out that verbose AI responses often contain repetitive or tangential information that doesn't add value. B-roll, code editor showing prompt templates. So how do you implement this? Start simple. Add "be concise" to your existing prompts and measure the results. Track both your token usage and response quality. If you're happy with the quality, try more aggressive compression, like summarize in 3 key points or respond in under 50 words. For developers, consider making conciseness a configurable option in your applications. Let users choose between detailed and brief responses based on their needs and budget constraints. B-roll, multiple AI model logos transitioning between each other. The research also highlights the importance of testing across different models. What works great for GPT-4 might be less effective for Claude or other alternatives. If you're optimizing for cost, it might be worth running your own small-scale tests to find the sweet spot for your specific use case and preferred model. Here's what this means for you. Stop trying to save money by shortening your input prompts. Instead, be thoughtful and detailed in your prompts to get better initial results. Then ask the AI to be concise in its response. You'll get higher quality outputs that cost less money. The best of both worlds. B-roll, split screen showing before reshow after API cost dashboards. This research fundamentally changes how we should think about AI cost optimization. It's not about using fewer tokens overall. It's about being strategic about where those tokens are spent. Invest in detailed specific prompts, then compress the outputs when appropriate. The implications go beyond just individual users too. For companies integrating AI into their products, This could be the difference between a profitable AI feature and one that drains resources. For researchers and developers working with limited budgets, these techniques could make ambitious projects feasible. B-roll, presenter, looking directly at camera. If you found this research as fascinating as I did, drop a comment below with your own AI cost optimization discoveries. Have you tried conciseness prompting? What results did you see? And if you're working on AI projects where budget is a constraint, I'd love to hear how techniques like this might change your approach. Make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into AI research that actually impacts how we build and use these tools. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos where I break down the latest findings that can save you time, money, and headaches in your AI projects. B-roll, related video thumbnails appearing on screen. Next week, I'm diving into prompt caching strategies that can cut costs even further, and I'm working on a comprehensive comparison of token pricing across all major AI providers. Trust me, you won't want to miss either of those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.